You're good. All right, I'm just gonna double.
Now, do I want to look into the camera for the introduction?
Huh? Yeah, you can if you want.
Where is it? That?
This is yeah.
Hey guys, welcome to the very first video interview for our Butt Out Legends section. In the past, we've done an interview with some different questions and stuff of our customers and kind of their background in vaping and through Butt Out. But Dane suggested that that it'd be even cooler, and I agreed without much hesitation. So we're doing in-person interview. I'm here with my good friend and Butt Out customer, Scott Allan. So yeah, I guess not necessarily ad-lib, but we're gonna kind of go into just some questions. So Scott, welcome. Tell us about yourself.
Gosh, I don't even know what to say there, but
Just make something up.
make something up. All right. Well, as far as like with you and I, we got to know each other several years back. I guess it's been about 6 years ago now. 7 years ago.
I saw his band Dagger play at the Goat Head Saloon after it was like 3 hours delayed after Phoenix and Dragon. I'm like, these guys are pretty cool. And then we met at Macayo's for a shirt.
Exactly. Went over there for a shirt, and then
Before the shops.
before the shops,
Before
the shops,
Yeah.
and then we became friends that way. We started doing some motorcycle riding together,
Not much.
and not a lot,
Not
a lot.
much.
And then from there, really, I was pretty much a smoker from the time I was about 18 years old. Quit a couple times here and there, but never really lasted. And I started talking to you a little bit about vaping again before the shops. In fact, that was right about the time you were getting ready to open the shops. And so that's kind of where that all started. And then between the two bands I was in and between that.
Which bands are those, Scott?
Well, the first was Dagger, like you said, and the second was Chemicals of Democracy.
Oh,
COD.
we both are repping COD. We,
and
fair
Dagger.
enough. I still will always request that you guys get back together and play. They're a good band. Definitely dead space while I try to think of some stuff.
I'll edit.
So, what is your current vaping experience? Like, tell us a little. I know you've been, for the past X amount of months.
Sure.
So tell us.
Sure. Well, so when I started vaping at first, like I said, about 5-6 years ago, at that point in time, I was still doing both. I was still vaping. I was still smoking. I was doing pretty much vaping when I was indoors and going outside still to grab cigarettes.
Were you smoking less?
I was definitely smoking less. So in that area, it definitely did help quite a bit. And I think every time I tried to quit, again, with the bands, we'd play shows, and then I had all my friends that were smokers, so I'd, of course, naturally migrate outside. And sorry about that.
All good.
I definitely have bummed a few Marlboro Lights from Scott over the years, but I never liked them, so I'm glad you're not smoking at this time.
Yeah, so I would just always get, no pun intended, sucked right back into it. Before you knew it, I was smoking again. And finally, this year came around. It was my 50th birthday, and a few things were going on. A, I was definitely smoking again. B, the weight was too high. So I kind of made a goal that I was going to lose 50 pounds this year. And it really was not starting off very easy with the smoking, because like trying to diet, yeah, you can do that when you're smoking, no problem. Trying to actually start exercising, that was a different story. So the vape, I had been using it broken. So I think I came back into the shop that day.
You were using a Nautilus, so a little bit of context or history for people who haven't been vaping for that long. The devices from the early era were small, not a lot of power, and tight draw. So he's using right now. He's using an Aspire Cleto and the E-Leaf 100 watt. Would you have been as successful vaping currently if you were using the older device?
Now that it's got a lot more power to it, and you go and you're actually getting some vapor off of it, you're hitting on it.
you don't feel like it's quite an effort to try and get a little bit of flavor out of the tank, whereas in the past that was a little bit of what you dealt with. And I said the other thing is the fact that because you are getting a much more flavorful hit, it made it a lot easier to go lower on the nicotine levels as well.
What nicotine level are you using?
I'm using 6.
All right, so 6. That's what 6 is general. I mean, the higher power it is, the harder it hits, and you're able to use something with relatively lower nicotine. So 6 milligrams generally is the highest I do for something like that, whereas something like the Nautilus that he was using, some people use 18 and stuff like that. What flavor are you vaping on right now?
I've been on Willow for about the last...
Yeah, Willow. For context, Willow is an Apple Jacks that former employee and current rock star, misanthrope, enigma, Jay Garbinski design. Vampire, just all around man of mystery. So that's I really his line that he designed is 7 Reserve. He's got a lot of really good dessert flavors. Were you so a little? I guess. What about does vaping a dessert flavor versus a tobacco flavor? How does that help you not smoke? Is it just that it's a different flavor?
I'd say that's definitely a part of it. I've gotten to the point now, like I said in the past, I've gone back to smoking on more than one occasion. And now I'm at a point where, I'm about 5 months in right now, where I haven't had a single drag off of a cigarette, nothing whatsoever.
Do you still have cravings?
No, I don't. In fact, I'll take it a step further. We were talking about this a little bit ago. For about 3 months ago, I had gone to a person's birthday party, and we were sitting out on the patio, and as does happen sometimes, I wasn't paying attention, and my battery had gone low to the point where it wasn't working anymore. And one of my friends turned and they said, "Well, here, just have a cigarette." And it wasn't even so much. Part of it was a little bit of a willpower thing, saying I don't want to go back down that road again. The other part was I just had no desire because
it's not the same when you're without vaping. It's still like. It's not too often that I have to go without vaping, and I don't know if you can say the same, but let's say I have to go 5-6 hours without it. It's more like a mild annoyance and looking for it in my pocket versus just this overwhelming craving like it was with cigarette. That was crazy.
With cigarettes, absolutely. I would say even before I, like I said, what was it, April, I guess. At that point in time, when I was at work, there were several times during the day I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go grab a cigarette, and I go outside. And it's not that I can vape inside now, but I don't even take vaping breaks during the day. I vape on the way to work, and I vape on the way from work, and
that's it.
And that's it. I'll vape at home, but I don't never during the day.
What was there a period? Because for the most part, you had been dual use, like cigarette. Sure. Was there a period when you started vaping that it was a little bit tougher? Were there initial cravings? Like for me, like the first maybe 24 hours, it's a long time ago, but it was like crazy, and then it really just kind of disappeared. Was there any real transition period for you?
Sure. And I'd say the biggest thing with the vaping that helped a lot was you've got to break some of the actual habits. Take the nicotine out of the picture for a moment. And there were certain things. You get up in the morning and it's like, okay, I'm going to go outside, I'm going to drink my coffee, I'm going to grab a cigarette. So then it became, well, I don't have a cigarette, so all right, I'll just use the vape this time. And once I kind of got out of those habits, and then I stopped having that, reaching for it in the morning, it just became one of those things that you grabbed it, like I said, on the drive to work, because I never smoked in the car.
Okay.
So theoretically, you could say in that way, I'm vaping more than I smoked, because I never did in the car, but my car also doesn't smell like garbage because I'm smoking a cigarette in there. So